Let's go ahead and delete our spotlight from the scene, and let's bring in our final lighting type. So I'm going to go to Game Object, Light, and I'm going to choose Area Light. Now I'm going to set this up first because it's going to take a little time to bake, and then I will discuss what the area light is. So I'm bringing it up to the top of the scene, near the top, and I'm going to adjust the range by dragging out these little bars. We can see that it's kind of square shaped here, so you can adjust the width and the height. I'm going to do the height from the inspector just so you could see that. And I'm going to set the color to something really obvious. I'm going to bring it to this really dramatic purple here. And I'm going to up the intensity to something really high, like 3, and the indirect multiplier to 2. And I'm going to let that kind of do its thing for right now. Area lights are unique from all other lights in Unity in that they are baked-only lights. These are lights that are only going to appear in a light map. They're not going to be able to be used in real time. So we could actually see here in the light, under Type, it says baked only, just to reinforce that idea. We could see that right now, we don't see any lighting effect whatsoever, but we are having a bake going on in the background. In a couple of moments, we'll be able to see the results of this light. And there we go. As you could see, the area light produces kind of a unique lighting scenario that's unlike any other lights in Unity. It's actually kind of reminiscent of our emissive material, but obviously in a regular light form. Area lights produce flat, even lighting across the scene that they're added in. Now, this is all dependent on the intensity and indirect multiplier, so a common mistake with these area lights is to set them too low, wait for the bake to happen, and then not see any results and assume the lighting isn't working. Just remember that you need to play with these values in order to really see results. So as I mentioned before, the area light is very similar to an emissive lighting object, so they would be appropriate for things like office lighting, just as we mentioned before with our emissive materials. This light is honestly not used too often in more common lighting scenarios, and it's really something that's better suited for specialized situations where you want kind of otherworldly flat lighting. For the most part though, if you want to achieve a look like this, you're probably going to end up with emissive materials because usually this type of lighting is associated with a specific type of object. In this module, we got to know the basics of the Unity lighting system. We created 2 types of skyboxes and learned how they can work in conjunction with directional lights for effective base external lighting. We made use of global illumination so our scenes look more realistic, and we added light and reflection probes so our dynamic objects could look just as good as the environment. Finally, we explored all of the basic Unity lights and discussed their appropriate uses. In our next module, we'll put all of this new knowledge to work by lighting a scene from the Swords and Shovels game.